Hush, don't tell everything.
If anybody knows Gwen, Roy's lovely bride of 73 years, don't ever ask her for directions to get anywhere.
You're not supposed to
or take pictures for you. Just saying that. Anyway, we were all over at the funeral the other day. Had as well a time I guess you could have at a funeral, but thank everybody for the shout outs and the response on Facebook. Got to give a holler out too this morning to Debbie Blakely. A lot of folks from Athens over that way. Randy White was there, Billy Owens, maybe a couple other people. So over at Keith's funeral, Swami of course passed away. Y'all know that. We buried him Pettus Cemetery on a blistering Tuesday afternoon. I think when we got there it was 17 degrees. It was chilly. We'll have a little bit of, we didn't shoot any video at the funeral, but Gloria did record some of the audio. It had a surprise ending to it, and we will share that with you in a final tribute to the Swami coming up here and later on in the program this morning. Anyway, thank y'all for getting up with us. It's cold outside. Things are a-changing, ain't they?
That's right, they are. If we get through a little bit this morning, it's only 5 to 7 degrees out there, depending on where you are, but it's going to be a heat wave today. We're going to see temperatures all the way to 44 with plenty of sunshine, thank goodness. Tomorrow, your high temperatures of 53. I'm telling you, it's going to feel like springtime for sure. 39 for that low. Just don't get used to it because look at the rest of the forecast. Not looking too bad until next week. We could see some snow flurries yet again when those lows hit about 32. But I think that'll probably, hopefully, be the last of it.
Well, according to the paper this morning, Decatur Daily says now comes the thaw.
Yay.
January's cold makes top 10 list. Warmer weather coming up. Good news is almost over. Bad news with only 2 days to go in January. Decatur has endured one of the 10 coldest Januaries in history.
We live on the river. Never seen it in my life. The Elk River frozen all the way across yesterday.
You're kidding. Did Seth walk across it?
No, Seth walked on part of it, but we watched the gulls out there walking on the ice. It was just...
Yeah, and all the years y'all lived up there forever, you've never seen it like that.
Not the river. I've seen the slough freeze across.
Now, I have seen...
Not the river.
I don't know, I don't think it did this year, but I have seen, believe it or not, the Tennessee River at Gunnersville frozen.
Wow. Listen, my dad says it used to get a lot colder. Shoal Creek would freeze over and they'd drive their car across it.
Well, I can believe
Chicago,
that.
Lake Michigan, you'd see waves. I mean, frozen. Yeah, that was always.
What's in Chicago? Below zero this week.
And lots of snow.
That give me that big news. Bobby Humphrey's son, Marlon, goes with the Tide.
Well,
that shocker.
They thought, well, everybody was hoping it was. Florida State was a serious contender for him, but everybody thought he was going to wait till next Wednesday on National Signing Day. But he just actually come out on Twitter, said, "I'd like to thank everybody for for showing interest in me, but I've committed to the Crimson Tide."
Well, in case you didn't know, Bama Zack here is a big Bama fan, Later, I've got a story we'll talk about this morning. I got off Daily Mail, and it says that obesity is a disease.
When did that become a disease?
We'll talk about that later, though. Obesity, a disease.
I can tell you what's causing it today.
Eating too much, no exercise. I can tell you myself what it is.
I'm trying to lose some of it.
What's going to blow your mind is what's causing obesity, what's causing diabetes.
Eating too much.
And we got a doctor admitting it. You got to stay tuned and listen.
All right, well, stay tuned. We'll get that on that second half hour, too. Hey, Super Bowl coming up this weekend, Zach.
Talk about getting fat.
I'm a Super Bowl partyist, but hey, I got.
You having one?
No, I'll miss the first part actually being at church. The first quarter.
What?
I mean, we don't cancel church because of
Super Bowl.
No, we don't stop.
You wouldn't cancel going to church on Sunday night to watch Super Bowl?
I'll miss most of the first quarter, but I'll see the rest. I'll see the.
It's like I talked to John Dees yesterday about the funeral and telling him what we did and everything. But John, they used to have, I think, Cross Point. They would have what they call it, Super Sunday or something.
Yeah, Super Sunday.
For all you, I guess, for the non-drinking Christians that wanted to come down and watch it. But John said, never fail. They quit doing it eventually, but he said, never fail. John's a big football fan just like I am. He said, never fail. Sure enough, you get in there watching the game, and there'll be this little old lady who's a church member. John, can I talk to you about a problem? Something. Then you miss a whole game. But preachers got to watch football too.
I'll be pulling for the Broncos. My friend Kathy, she loves the Broncos. So Kathy, Broncos.
I've never worn orange and blue, but there you go.
Yeah.
That's like during the funeral where I said that, and I was getting kind of choked up there at one point, and I said, give me a sec. I said, wait a minute. Can't use that word. Hate that word.
Which team's orange and blue?
The Broncos.
Oh, okay.
They're Seattle.
Is that Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
that's
who- That's who we
And I'm actually
put on.
pulling for Peyton Manning.
Hey, let's give a shout out to Athens Golden Eagles this morning. They are number 3 and 5A. Zach, you probably weren't going to mention that, but
They're rolling. I tell you, Coach Tedford's got
they
those
pretty
guys.
good. What, they won 17 in a row?
Yeah, if they beat, I guess they beat Decatur, doesn't they? If they did, it's
Yeah,
probably
they
about
did.
17 in a row.
Yeah,
I
17
mean,
in a row.
they're just beating everybody right
The win
now.
over Muscle Shoals made them that was their 17th consecutive victory.
I mean, they had some talented teams back when I was in school, and then when Richard Hendricks was there. But, I mean, now these guys are just on the road, so I still hadn't went and seen them play, but everybody tells me they're
Zach, the
athletic.
sports nut that you are, you have not seen them play.
Now, I have to give this to Keith. Keith made the rounds and saw the games.
Keith was Mr. Basketball.
He was Mr. Basketball. I have not made a basketball game. I did make an Ardmore Elk Month basketball game.
Hey, rodeo is this Friday. Tomorrow, our best clown in the world will be back with us, Mike Whitworth, with the rodeo. He will be at the Lone Star National Finals Rodeo going on Friday and Saturday, 7:30 at the Civic Center. So y'all get by there and go. That's going to be a big thing. That's in Decatur Daily today, talking about one of the. Well, that's about the only thing to do this weekend around here. It's going to be raining anyway. At least temperatures should be in the 50s.
Yeah, decent.
It'll be warm.
They said that we could eventually get. They were talking about it last night at church. We could end up getting some snow.
When?
Next
Next
week.
week.
Within the next 10 days, I think it was like.
Well, I think Birmingham and Atlanta, they're all over the mayor down there. It said that this, and I'll talk about it later too, but it said it just kind of creeped up on everybody. Went to work, didn't expect anything, and then lo and behold, about noon, you couldn't leave. I just saw a thing they did on the Chick-fil-A at on the 280 interstate exit there. They started walking, giving people sandwiches. They gave away 1,000 sandwiches.
How
That's
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
That
But
is awesome.
Cole Kulick, former radio host here, former Auburn football player, he was stuck on 280, and he was just putting everything on Twitter, and he was on there for like 8 or 9 hours, and I think his mother lived in Homewood, and I think he finally got off to her exit. I don't know if he just left his car or what, but I mean, they said it was incredible. Guy, his girlfriend goes to church with, he teaches in Hueytown and lives in Fultondale. He said it took him 4 hours to kind of get to Fultondale, but he couldn't get off the exit. He said it was clear all the way back to Athens. So 7 hours later, he made it back to Athens.
They're even saying that some kids had to sleep on the school buses.
On the
Can
bus.
you imagine those 11,000?
11,000 and down in Birmingham area had to spend the night at the schools.
Bet they loved
One
that.
night, the rest of them they got out. But,
If my girlfriend had been on there with me, it'd have been all right.
Oh,
But
They had a lot of chaperones to do.
but I mean, that's. It wasn't that the snow was that deep. It froze, you know.
it was terrible.
It was bad.
We're not prepared for it. You know, you was talking about the mayor and the governor
Right.
now fighting over whose fault it was.
Right. Well, it's like, we ate a Cracker Barrel
prepared for
Tuesday
that.
morning before the funeral. I mean, it was just blustery
Yeah. And snowing.
and cold.
Yeah, definitely cold.
Super cold. What you got, Zach?
Well, need to say first, my sister Camilla's having day surgery tomorrow in Decatur. Pray everything goes well. My buddy Richard Johnson, his mama Patsy's in ICU real bad in Athens, so please keep her in your prayers. Matt Elam, big defensive lineman from Kentucky, he's announced his choice today, Alabama or Kentucky. Shouldn't be a choice if you think about it, but the folks in Kentucky did not want him to get out of town, and this kid's about
He good?
380. Yeah, he's about
Is he a
Terrence
5A? Is he a
He's a
5-star?
5-star player. He's
Are we going to get him?
well.
When's he announcing?
He's announced about 12 o'clock today.
Today?
I'll send you a text and let you know.
Do we need him?
Yeah, we could use another bit. I mean,
Did Tennessee did they recruit anybody this year?
Tennessee's having a very good
Oh,
recruitment.
okay. I just want to make sure everybody.
Butch Jones has got him pretty much in around the top 5. So they're doing an excellent job. So he's getting the kids in now. You just got to coach them up.
Well, we need to win about 6.
Yeah, y'all did. Yeah.
As long as you,
That's about what I thought Auburn went last year, too. Look what happened to them. Hey, let me remind y'all, too, Dusty and Tim were going to be with us yesterday, and I canceled the show. I needed a break from that funeral, and it was cold. I didn't want to get out of bed that early. It's time to man up. They will be with us next Wednesday as they talk about the thing they got going on out at Clements Baptist. You can register to go. It's like a 5-hour deal. Lunch is the first hour. I mean, not lunch, dinner. And then it's 4 hours
You're
of
not
preaching.
used to being up late.
I'm on standby.
Great.
According to Dusty, I'm going to stand by in case one of them go down, Roy.
Only the silent prayer.
you like fifth in line.
They're going to have entertainment out there, Glenn Price and Dwayne Stroud from down at Lindsay Lane, and they're
Don't
going to have
lose the
a
mic.
whole deal, huh?
Don't lose the mic. Not
Yeah,
you,
so
Dan.
I'm, Dusty got me on standby. He said, if one of us goes down, you're in.
I think he's just trying to make you feel good.
Yeah, probably.
I I want to say this. You did the best job of anybody I've ever seen in my life. I've never been more proud of you than the way
Thank
you
you.
did it. It was just awesome.
All right, let's talk about the funeral a little bit. What'd you say again?
Oh, stop it. It wasn't.
Truly did a good job. You brought up the funny parts. You brought up just what all he had accomplished in his life. Things I didn't even know. I didn't know about all the scholarships. I mean, and
huge.
everybody there was touched. But the ending, just we were all just floored at how he ended it. It was just incredible that we did a standing ovation for Keith, and he deserved it. It was awesome.
We were talking. I was talking to Jamie, and I was like,
She didn't know I was going to do that either.
No, I figured it out a little bit early there, but not everyone that you go to a funeral for, unfortunately, deserves a standing ovation. Everyone in that room didn't hesitate.
Oh, it was instant.
Everyone was
Everybody
just
sprang to their feet
Go.
and
Yeah,
applauded.
Well,
awesome.
I thought about it. I got up out of bed the other day. I wrote this thing for Keith because we were in charge of the funeral. My first time to be in charge of actually something. I guess they couldn't find nobody else. But we get over there. And it was, give him what he deserved, because everybody in there, Keith Davis was instrumental in getting so many girls basketball scholarships. And like Heather Haney, I said, mentions Tuesday when you were up here, Zach.
Yeah.
And that was a great prayer you did too in honor of Keith Tuesday morning with Kyle up here. She said his first person he'd ever interviewed her, and he was just so instrumental in helping young girls get scholarships to UNA and places like that, Calhoun, Wallace State, or whatever. Got to give a shout out to Larry Slater this morning too, if he's watching. Larry, the coach from over at the Wallace State, he was there with us, and
It was really good to see
the
everyone.
videos Brad had the other day, I had Elizabeth Mean, he, softball, like Kyle said, the badminton team, he would have got, made that easy.
he had a whole band. I forgot that I left that part off, but what Roy was referring to toward the end, and I kind of, if y'all remember the movie Time to Kill with Matthew McConaughey, when the little black girl is raped in the beginning of the movie, and then the daddy kills the two guys, they go to trial in Mississippi, and he walks over to that jury, and he says, shut your eyes and
Imagine this is your daughter.
yeah, if this is your daughter and she's white.
No matter what color, yeah.
Somehow I love that movie, and I get up and I write this. I was okay. So when I get up there and I'm going, I said, imagine we're not in a funeral. You're going to hear it in a minute, but I said, imagine this is not a funeral home. This is a basketball court. It's
Play
the
it.
county tournament. It's the last game.
Play it, don't tell it.
It's over. But anyway, we'll show you everything. But thank you, Roy, didn't make you cry, he did it.
It's good. I had big old alligator tears.
I got to give a shout out to Roy's wife, Gwen. She calls me last night, and she says, I love going to funerals. Roy said
That's her thing.
I avoid them like the plague.
yeah. She said, I've been to a lot of funerals, but that was the best funeral I have ever been to.
He would have been proud.
How long did it last? Was it a long?
7 hours.
No.
Once I got started, I couldn't stop.
Well,
no
I know you got a
shutting
big one.
7 hours.
I'm sure Keith will be, that's Jamie, stealing the show. My
7
funeral,
hours.
Jamie stealing the show.
Well, it's cold outside. I didn't figure nobody had nowhere to go anyway.
You saying that, it really was nice because Jamie didn't steal the show.
No,
I'm just joking.
but we all know
It's all-
Jamie.
It's all right. But no, I've already heard it, and it was great.
I even brought up Keith's 2 waitresses
That
from
was
because everybody in there knew that Keith meets us at Stanfield's in Rogersville, great place to eat, by the way. Y'all ate there Tuesday, every Friday. So everybody in that room knew that. So he had these 2 little girls were in there with their Legends shirt on, which is downtown
The only 2
Florida.
that could wait on.
Yeah, and they were both talking in unison, basically, about what Keith was eating.
It wasn't even on the menu. He had his own menu.
So about halfway during the funeral, I said, girls, y'all mind coming up here? So I just interviewed them right there on the whatever you call it, stage.
I want to say Keith Davis was busted too. Being a diabetic,
Yeah.
he should not have been eating all that stuff.
More butter, more everything, you know.
He got busted.
Oh, yeah. Let me take a break. But anyway, thanks for the compliment, Roy. That was...
We'll play part of that
If there's a funeral,
later.
that was a good one.
It was a great one, yeah.
It was. He
Yeah.
was
I'm already working on
well
mine
represented.
now, huh?
I want you to do your own. That way all I have to do is just show up.
Videotape
I'm not going to
it,
be able
throw
to
in-
say a word.
Let me take a break. We'll be back
think I'm
just a second.
kidding.
Y'all hang on.